What's going on, guys? The Retro Gamer here. I haven't been live on this channel yet, so I figured it'd be a good time to come on. I want to talk about the YouTuber of the Month nomination, and I want to show off all the stuff I got Saturday at the 209 Game Swap. What's going on, Michael? I posted it on my main channel. We may get a few people over from there. I'm not sure all who's subbed to this one yet. This channel's really early on. It's just an outlet for all of my non-Intellivision stuff because I buy a lot of crap. First one here, 16-Bit Warrior. Welcome. Good to see you. Michael Doherty. Good to see you as well. Operation Shutdown. I don't know, but I don't have much content, but I may get the popular vote if people go in and vote. I do have the links in the description to Jay Grice, the guy that nominated me. I'm not really sure how he found me. And I have a link to the YouTuber of the Month host and for this month's voting in the description. Jeff, Go Game Go. Thank you. Yes, hit the likes. It's my first live on this channel. Luckily, it's not my first live, but first one here. Oh, my voice still hurts. My show last night on the Intellivision Gamer, we had a good show, and it went like almost 3 hours, 3.5 hours, 3 hours, 20 minutes, something like that. And it was a lot of talking. My throat is still on fire. All right, so let's get into first things first. I actually put him in the wrong one. Let me throw this up. I will show you the guy that nominated me. YouTuber of the Month is something that's really cool. It's designed to showcase small YouTube channels. It's been around for quite a few years. I don't know the history of it. I'm thinking I'm going to have Mike's Gaming Gala come on soon and tell us all about the YouTuber of the Month. He was YouTuber of the Month and also YouTuber of the Year last year. And he's a good buddy of mine, and he knows all the ins and outs about it. This is my first time being nominated. At first, I thought it was for my Intellivision Gamer channel, and I'm looking all over because I hadn't seen anything yet, and people are telling me about it. And I finally log in to look at the comments on the Retro Gamer, and I'm like seeing all these new people and congrats, and I'm like, oh, it's this channel. I was like, I had no idea, and no wonder I couldn't find anything, on the other channel. So it's really cool that someone found me far away that didn't even know me. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Let me bring it up here. I'll show you guys. Share screen window. Where are we at here? Why is it on there? Oh. Chrome tab. There we go. I think it's this one. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I still have all the stuff up from my last channel, and I can't throw it up. So I'm going to have to throw it up here and then change it. Oh, that was the wrong one. Technical difficulties. Too many shows. Stop screen. Present. Share screen. Here we go. This isn't going to be ideal, but it'll be there. So this is Jay Grice. I have not seen him before the nomination. I did sub to him now. He has quite a game room. You can see right there is a game room tour. I've yet to watch that, but I will later. I definitely would give him a look. He has a lot of cool stuff. I've watched probably like 5 or 6 of his videos so far. And Jay, I really appreciate the nomination. I'm not really sure how you found me, but I'm grateful you did. And I will be watching a lot of your content now. You put out some good stuff. I know you're early on as well, like me, but I really like how you're doing videos. So definitely going to be watching. And let me show you real quick. Let me see if I can switch it here. Yep. Because of the way I did it, I have to pop back and forth. So I will show you the YouTuber of the Month. Normally I'm a little quicker at switching these back and forth, but all my stuff from the last night's Intellivision show is still up there. So this is Upper Nimbus. He is the YouTuber of the year for 2025, he took over from Mike's Gaming Gala. Very tough shoes to follow, but I hear he's doing a good job. This is the first one that I've watched, and this is where you're going to vote. Go check out everybody. If you see someone worthy, give them a sub, vote. By no means am I saying vote for me. If you want to, that's great, but vote for whoever you think's the better, channel. They all deserve a fair shake. I'm not really sure what I would have to do if I won. But it's already a little lopsided. There's not a whole lot of votes, but there's a couple good channels in there. I've checked a few of them out, and I'm going to check out the rest of them after this live. And I'm going to vote, and not for myself. So I'm going to pick my favorite of the other 4 nominations and cast a vote. I know that a lot of others have done the same thing, and even if they didn't, I just don't believe in voting for myself. So we're going to go that route. So let me go ahead and see if I can play this. I don't have it going through the right way, but we're going to watch this. I hope you guys can hear this okay. It is coming through my mic. Speakers aren't very good. Let me know if anyone's in here, if the sound is okay. I hope. I can turn up my mic to be a little more sensitive. That's about the best I can do.
Whoa. Where am I? What is this place? Wow.
Can you guys hear it?
Where's the gem I found?
All right.
What's going on, guys? Up in Abyss here, and welcome back to another episode of YouTube of the Month for 2025.
Did it get any better?
More specifically,
I may be loud,
this is the February bracket of this year for YouTube of the Month series. Now, despite the really strange and odd circumstances of where I am at the moment, we must continue with this legendary saga and find out who the winner is for this month, and also the game of nominees that they've chosen for the March bracket of this series of this year. Anyway, before we get to that point in the video, I would like to show you guys what the YouTuber of the Month series is all about. So please take a look at this. The YouTuber of the Month competition was founded by Jason Relaxation back in 2009, with the hopes of bringing small gaming YouTube channels into the spotlight. He ran the series for 3 years before deciding to retire. That's when Jilpoo3 asked Jason if he could continue the competition over on his channel, and was granted permission to do so. From then onwards, that's when YouTuber of the Month truly began to take on its current tradition of passing on annual hosting duties to the winner of YouTuber of the Year. The YouTuber of the Month series has passed through 15 different hosts since its conception in 2009. And now, I'm the 16th host. Now with the introductions out of the way, especially if you are new and stumbling across this video for the very first time, welcome to YouTuber of the Month series. But let us find out what the rules are and what they entail for this series in particular, because there are a set of rules to abide by, and we should look at those rules together to get a better idea of what YouTuber of the Month is all about and how it operates. At the time of their nomination, all nominees must have less than 1,000 subscribers. The eligible nominees are required to be gaming-related channels only, and must contain some retro content, with the 6th generation of video games being considered retro. Channels that are nominated don't need to be retro-focused, but they must contain some retro content on their channels. They must have an on-screen personality, which can include either being on camera or through voice only. However, the use of AI voice technology is prohibited. There are 5 nominees chosen each month by the winner of the previous month, and at least one of those nominees must be under 500 subscribers. And also, one of the chosen nominees must be international to the person nominating them. And channels can only be nominated once per year for YouTuber of the Month. Everybody gets 1 vote per month, and you are not allowed to vote with multiple accounts. Now, finally, at last, I'm more than happy to announce our winner for the February bracket of YouTuber of the Month for 2025. Please give a warm welcome to our winner for February 2025. Take it away.
Hi, my name is Jay, and you can normally find me on my channel, Jay Grice, where I cover a variety of old and new video games. including my journey as a
Almost forgot to turn the mic settings. I don't know if that helps. I thought it might make it a little louder. And I'm like, don't forget to turn it back down or I'll be screaming at you guys. I don't want to show the whole video. I just wanted to show the part that talked about YouTuber of the month. Again, the link to that video, if you want to watch the whole thing, is in the description already. And I also have a link to Jay Grice, the guy that nominated me. He's in the description already as well. Salvador, working, lurking, of course. I'm going back Monday. So for those of you watching on this channel, man, my nose is itching like crazy. I think one of my mustache hairs is touching the tip of my nose. I hate it when that happens. I had surgery. I had emergency gallbladder surgery. I've been off work for about 5.5 weeks and I go back Monday. I cannot wait to get back to a normal life and work some double time because I am by no means a rich man and all the stuff that I buy is based off of working double time. And I do a lot of that because I have an addiction to collecting old games. A lot of it is in television, but I do buy stuff from Pong units to current gen. I go crazy for Gen 2 and some Gen 3, but I'm one of the largest Intellivision collectors in the world, and I just got a super rare piece, and I'll show you that as well. So that's about all I've got to say currently for YouTuber of the Month. Again, the link in the description to go vote. Watch all 5. Vote for whoever you think. If you're just here and want to vote for me, of course, that's fine too. Click it, and all you have to do is leave a comment on the voting video, and I would like to vote for. And make sure you don't put in Television Gamer. Most of you in here are probably from that channel. Put the Retro Gamer. All right, so Saturday, I went, let me see here. Saturday, I went to a 209 game swap, and this is about 25 minutes for me. This is the second event they've had. If you watch my other channel, the Sack Gamers Expo, that one's about an hour and a half for me. And there's a lot of the same vendors that go to all these local shows. I've only really been to PRGE besides the last few months. I started finding these local shows. I started following all the local vendors that attend a lot of these. So I kind of am finding out where a lot of them are. So I'm going to be going to a lot of these when time permits and picking up games for my collections. I don't really find a lot of Intellivision stuff there, but I do find some. And I always talk to the guys about Intellivision. That's kind of my role. I only got 2 cards. Some of them I scanned. Video game cards and collectibles, buy, sell, trade. It is in Sacramento area. What's on the back? Licky Boom Booms. And Sonic Underground, buy, sell, and trade video games. I'm not sure where they're based out of for this one, but they have to be fairly local because nobody comes from really far, maybe a couple of the vendors. So let's go ahead and get into it. What did I buy there? I bought a little bit of everything, and there were some decent deals, and I got a lot of really cool, good deals. I'm primarily a Gen 2 retro collector, and not a lot of that's there, but when it is, sometimes you get some really good deals because these guys aren't buying stuff that old. So first up, we'll just start in a random order. I think this is my only GameCube game. I just recently started going to collect for the other consoles like the Wii, the GameCube, PS2, and all the newer ones. And I only get like the really common, fun games that aren't expensive, at least for now. And I've got Sonic Mega Collection. I'm always a sucker for these type of collections. Since the beginning of them being put out way back, I don't know how many times I've bought some of the same collections just for the new console. I'm going to run out of room here too. There's stuff all around me and on the desk. We'll move to the Wii U. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. Let me switch back over so I can keep an eye on chat. Super Smash Brothers for Wii U. Again, most of these, if you see the prices, a lot of these guys will deal with you a little bit, and the more you buy, the better deal you get. And I rarely paid regular price. I don't haggle too much. I just simply ask, what will you do for these? And I let them tell me, and if it's good, then I grab it. Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. I've never seen or played this one. I love Pac-Man. I'm not really sure, but I'll definitely check it out. Hyrule Warriors Zelda game. I've played 2 Zelda games now, one all the way through. That was the very first one on NES. And until last year, I hadn't played any other Zelda games. I have bought a few. My son likes to play them, but I did go through, oh man, the name of it's the 2D one on the Switch, and the name of it is eluding me. It's the one where you can copy all the items, and I'm pretty far through that one. I'm somewhere like maybe 85-90% through the game, and I just kind of have lost track. I need to get back into it and finish it. I don't know. You're the Switch expert. If you Echoes of Wisdom, yes. Thank you, Jeff. That one is a lot of fun. I'm more of a 2D guy when it comes to the Zelda games, but that's why I picked that one. I got into it and I just kind of got stuck. I was playing it a little bit every day. Right now I've been playing Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, the new one, the new release anyway. I really have enjoyed that. I'm literally right at the end, the last few levels, and I plan on beating that one in the next few days. I play a lot in the evenings as the kids go to sleep. I'm in the living room and they like someone close by still. You know, they're pretty young. And so I'll put in my AirPods and play some games. It's a good way for me to get through some. All right. So this is something that I don't see all the time at these local ones. And to be honest, they weren't that expensive, but I don't even know if I have them. I'm going to log them. I have them on a shelf. Behind this is another row of shelves. And I'm going to go log these because I picked up, like 6 or 7 of these, and I don't even know if I have them. But this is Atari 5200, Joust, Berserk, Moon Patrol. I love Moon Patrol. Space Patrol is the homebrew version on Intellivision, and that one is really good as well. Dig Dug. Love Dig Dug. Centipede. And Galaxian. I love shooters. Retro, modern, everything. All right, so next up we've got right here some N64. N64, I really missed whenever it came out. I was, within a few years of moving out onto my own. That was 96 when it came out. So I was 21. I was going out with friends. I had rent. I had bills. I had a nice car payment. And I really wasn't into the 3D at first. I loved Super Mario 64. I did play that a few times, but I didn't own one for quite a few years. And I own a console now and maybe 15 games. So I'm really only for the start going for, the regular top kind of games. I'm not kind of collecting for everything. But Saturday I picked up, let me go this way, Mario Golf. I love all Mario games. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. And Star Wars Rogue Squadron. I believe this is the one I played a lot on the PC. So one of the guys that I bought some games from, my son was there. He always walks around chatting with all the vendors, and they seem to love him. They give him a lot of free stuff. They threw in Pokemon cards for him. I got to give him these. I forgot. One of the vendors gave him a really nice die cast that's in a little plastic display case, not like a Hot Wheel, like a nice one. He gets some like candies, and what else did he get? He got a little, this thing's tiny. It's like a little keychain mini arcade machine. Like I literally have to put my finger on the little joystick and it's fully functional. The screen works and it's there. It's not, I wouldn't call it high res, but this is a very cheap item. He loves it. We're both playing. It's Miss Pac-Man, and he has it down there, or I'd show it off. I forgot to grab it because he was playing it. He's been playing it every day since we got back. All right, let's get into Genesis. Move this stuff. So I'm a big Street Fighter fan. Street Fighter 2. This was a loose cart. I have a different version of Street Fighter, but I didn't have this one. Genesis, I will pick up loose carts. A lot of consoles, I only will go complete in box. This is the not for resale version of Sonic, and this thing is mint. Complete in box, mint. This was the vendor that gave Robbie a few things and was talking to him off and on throughout the day. I bought a lot of stuff from this guy. I tend to buy more from the people that Robbie chats with a lot, especially if they end up giving him something. I just feel like I need to thank those guys. And he didn't have prices on a lot of these. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Again, complete in box. And also something I don't think any of my other Genesis games have had. There's some kind of catalog. I haven't even seen one of those in years. I know, Roger. It's not even on the right channel. I won't be able to do this much longer. If you just popped in, I'm going back to work Monday. Oh, hallelujah for some double time. I've only been paid one time for not even a full session. So I think they paid me for a week and 3/4. And for some reason, I don't know why, it's all automatic direct deposit. I haven't received another payment, and everything's set. It said I was going to get paid through the end. But I go back Monday, I've been all right, of course, but it'd still be nice to get the money. I'm not working. I'm getting pretty much regular pay, but we'll be back to double time shortly. Didn't slow down my spending, I'll tell you that. So these games here, he didn't have a price. I asked him, and he's like, I don't know, both for 30. I'm like, it sounds good to me. He's like, I can't find anything on the not for resale version. And then he looked it up, and I think CIB here was for the regular version was like 40 on price charting, and this one was like 20. And I said, well, if you want a little more, I mean, what do you want for him? And he's like, no, I already said it. It's good. 2 for 30. So I happily picked those up. I think I even have one of them. But I wanted that not for resale. All right. PlayStation 2. I didn't know this one existed. It's a version of Rygar. I remember playing Rygar on NES, and I always am a sucker for something on a modern console that's based on an older game that I had no clue existed because I want to check it out. And this is Rygar, the Legendary Adventure. It's complete, of course. Jeff says Genesis was great for fighters. Yes, it was fast. My main Street Fighter, the very first Street Fighter 2, the first one that came out, I was playing it a ton in the arcades at the time. And I bought 2 arcade sticks, and friends and I would play the crap out of Street Fighter 2. I did have a Genesis, but I didn't buy the same game on both usually. I would get, my main console was the Super Nintendo, and I had the Genesis for all the games that I couldn't get on Super Nintendo. So I had a pretty good collection for both. I'll give you a loan, of course. I'll need that tutor vision for collateral. I've just actually, for the first time in years, I had to pull a little bit out of my savings this week alone. I finally, with all the heavy spending I've been doing and being off and having all the free time, I've been going to local game stores and spending a lot of money, plus just being off, going out to eat more, going out and just doing things and shopping, home, board, shopping. So I had to pull some money from my savings just yesterday, in fact. Rygar on Atari Lynx was cool. I have not seen that. I didn't do a lot of handhelds when I was younger. Switch is now my favorite modern console. I don't know. I typically only play it on the TV, but I do love the Switch. And I had a Turbo Express way back. I did like that one because it played really good games, played the same games you already had for your console. I thought that was great. David says, hi, Casey and everyone in chat, working and lurking. You're not the only one, my friend, and I'll be soon doing that again starting Monday. Fat Boys Gaming and Nonsense. What's up, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. Smash that like button. Thank you, sir. We're just going over all the pickups that I had from Saturday at the 209 Game Swap. And at the beginning, I talked about the YouTuber of the Month nomination I got. The link to the guy that nominated me is in the description, as well as the video from the guy that's YouTuber of the year, and he is hosting, and that's also the voting for this month. So if you guys want to give me a vote, make sure you don't put in Television Gamer. They won't know who that is there. Put Retro Gamer. If you like one of the other guys, vote for them. I will not be butthurt at all. All right, so next we're going to get into Super Nintendo. Oh, I got a box one hiding under here. So here we go with a Street Fighter again. This one was a pretty good deal. Street Fighter 2 Turbo for the Super Nintendo. Keeping on that fighter theme, I didn't have the first Mortal Kombat. I have Mortal Kombat 2, I think it was. So I picked that up. And this is a game I need to find complete in box eventually. I loved when this came out. Super Mario All-Stars. Super NES graphics of all the original NES Mario games. Look at that. I can't believe I did that. So the reason I did this was because I wasn't logging the games. I have 2 Mortal Kombats. So I have some stuff for trade or sale eventually. I never sell, but maybe. John Madden Football, one of the early ones. The box isn't mint, but it's not bad. It's complete in box. I love Madden. I've been a big fan since the beginning. And I think this is the last Super Nintendo item. This is a player's guide. I love things like this. I don't know that I've ever seen this one before. It's an official magazine. Goes over a lot of the games. Okay, now we're going to hit into one of the 2 consoles that, besides Gen 2 stuff, that I tend to collect hard for. That is NES. I'm about 310, maybe a little under games in. I have, after this, I'm like 40-something boxed, and the rest are all loose. This is a black box game, Pro Wrestling. It's not in the best shape, but I got it really cheap. And I don't mind getting box games for NES, a little less in perfect condition, as long as the price is right. This one was pretty good. Cubert, complete in box. John Elway's quarterback. This one I bought just because it is really mint. Complete in box NES game. I paid less than 15 with the deal of buying multiples. I'm never going to pass up a boxed NES game for that cheap. This was another one I got a really good deal on. The box is really good. I mean, you'll see a tiny bit on the edges, but the box is really good. Black box game Kung Fu. One of the early titles. And this one, I don't think I knew existed as a kid. Again, it was one of those under $15 complete in box games. I will never pass those up if I need it. Vegas Dream. Now, these controllers, I remember them, and they sucked. At least I hated them. But this was complete in box and the wrapper, and it was cheap. It was under $10. The Turbo Touch 360. So I'll definitely pick up, even if the controllers suck, I don't care. That cheap, complete in box, and especially new, I'm always going to grab them. Sounds good. Sounds good. This one isn't going to be super long. I mean, we're already a half hour in. I'm not even halfway through these things, but as soon as I show off everything, that will be it for this one. David says Mortal Kombat, Super NES, a lot of sweat flying, and that one, no blood. Yeah, that was the thing. No blood on the Super Nintendo. Just had, like, was it like gray? Or I think it was gray. Or pretty sure I remember that. The Genesis had the blood. That was the popular version. Fat Boys Gaming and Nonsense. Boom, he's on his back. John Madden Football. There's a lot of John Madden footballs in this house, I'll tell you that. Those things are always cheap, all the sports games, so I buy all versions on all consoles. Once in a while, it's just fun to go, let's check this one out, see the differences. Salvador, if only all old games had cases like Genesis. Yeah, they last well. You'll get corners broken, you'll get the tabs broken off where they close, but a lot of manuals are missing, but the cases are almost always there. David says, the Turbo Touch. I was part of the beta testing group for that controller when I was a kid. What do you think of it? My memories of it, I didn't like it too well. I remember playing with the NES Max, and that had the little slider thumb thing. I loved playing RC Pro-Am with that one. And I did get a boxed one a while back just to leave on the shelf. All right, so where are we at now? We are continuing on to NES. And now we're to the loose stuff. This label wasn't the best, but it was a cheap game. I think I paid $5 or less, maybe even $4. Dragon Power. If I ever come across cheap games that I need, I'll always pick them up. Just kind of, I have to think if it's a higher end game. But this next one up is the Uncanny X-Men. I don't even know what can you Kung Fu Heroes. I don't like it when there's stickers on them, but sometimes, you know, it's part of history and it's kind of cool to see. This was a video game store copy. I don't mind that as much. Just definitely not a high-end game. For some reason, I did not have Super Mario Brothers 2 in physical form. I would have swore I had it. That could have been one of the games. I traded a few NES games last year for a really rare Intellivision item. The kiosk, the Plexer kiosk, the kiosk Plexer. I would have traded a lot of games for that thing. That thing's worth a ton of money. I traded like $100 or something like that in some of my NES games, maybe like 4 of them. So maybe that's why I'm missing it, or maybe I'm going to find it. It wouldn't be the first time. I picked up Super Mario Brothers 2. There's the manual in the back as well. Eventually, I'm going to get all those boxed. Next up is a game that I honestly knew nothing about until I started playing the World Championships on my Switch. Kirby. I'm not a huge fan of the Kirby games, but they are fun. My kids love them. Robbie was excited whenever I picked this one up at the Game Swap. And then this one, I didn't realize it was, you know, not that it's high end, but it was $40. Donkey Kong Jr. I had no idea that was, you know, not a cheaper common game. I don't remember what I paid, 30, 35. All right, where are we at here? So this box, don't want to show my address here, was from Mr. And they have a yard sale area, and my buddy Frank told me about it. We are working on controller adapters for the Intellivision. They're prototypes, and they use light guns, all kinds of controllers. I bought a lot of 8-bit DOE wireless controllers. I've been doing a lot of testing, and this light phaser was $10 for the Sega Master System. It looks to be in pretty good condition, and it said it worked. So I'm never going to pass stuff like that up. Please don't be Mortal Kombat. Here we have Super Nintendo Jungle Strike. Again, I love shooters. I was happy to pick that up. I didn't have it in the collection. And next up, I have a TurboGrafx 16 console. I have a Turbo Duo that is modded, and it'll play anything. And then I have the Analog Duo. Well, these games were fairly cheap on there. I couldn't believe it, like half what they were going on eBay. I'm a huge Bomberman fan, so I picked up the PC Engine version of Bomberman. It's all complete. I'm looking forward to giving that a try. And the next one is a Bonk game. Again, I got it for like way cheaper than what you see them going for online. This one, the only thing it's missing is the little case for the Hue card. Those can be grabbed from any game. I do have some doubles. I'll pull it from there. So my first PC Engine games, I've only ever had the TurboGrafx 16 or Turbo Duo games. I figured I had to pick them up. I love both of these games, and I wanted to try to dabble into the PC Engine. Where are we at here? All right. So next up, this is from the same guy that was talking to Robbie that I got a bunch of the stuff for the Sega Genesis. I bought a bunch of stuff from him. He had this sitting on the table, and there was no price on it. I searched it up, and he told me it was like, I think I paid $25. It's new in the box still. So this will play Super Nintendo, Nintendo, Genesis, has wireless controllers that come with it, but it has ports on 3 sides for those consoles. And the reason I was thinking about this is I buy a lot of Super Nintendo, Nintendo, and Genesis and Master System. I'm thinking of just leaving this set up and use it as a game test machine. I also have an adapter that I showed recently that will let you play Master System games on a Genesis. I'm hoping that works in this, because then I've got 4 consoles that I collect pretty regularly for that I can just use as a game testing rig, and it was cheap. Jesse, what's going on? I got your text. I was going to respond after the show. Jesse does a lot of console mods. Definitely go check him out if it's something you're interested in getting done. He does phenomenally great work. Highly recommended. One of the best guys you could deal with as well. He says, I recently had to get a replacement Bomberman for my PCE collection. My original one comes up with a graphic corruption and happens on my Analog Duo and my actual TurboGrafx 16 and my Turbo Duo. So yeah, so you have the same exact set of consoles that I have. Bad hue cards are a thing apparently and can go bad over time. I did not know that. I have not had any bad ones. I mean, I don't have a lot of them yet. I had a pretty big collection way back, but it's been a while. I've been crazy busy with some consoles right now. I can imagine. I wish I could do what you do. So anyway, I was happy to pick that guy up. Next one. My kids love this. So Skylanders, if you don't know what that is, this was brand new in the box. It comes with 2 of the guys, 2 items, the portal and the game. And the game in this one was Skylanders Trap Team. My kids, we have a ton of this stuff. They loved it. My son more, but my daughter liked it too. So throughout the game, you set different, whatever guy you set on, whatever vehicle, whatever item, that's what you're using in game. And some of the guys have different abilities. It's kind of like the amiibos, I guess, except they're actually characters. They give you different set of skills, and you need certain ones to get through certain levels easier. My kids love it. It was $10 or under. Next up, I do have one of these, but this is the Wii Fit Plus board. It was $10 complete in box. I have it not in the box. Again, when I see stuff like that, I always pick it up. That's part of the reason they call me a hoarder. Sega Saturn, a console that I had a lot of stuff for in the past. Unfortunately, when I was married the first time, I had to sell a lot of my collection due to space. I literally had my whole house filled up with games. And when you have a wife and an instant family, there's no room for that. I mean, I didn't sell everything, don't get me wrong, but I had to sell a lot, and Saturn was one of them. So there was a guy there that had a ton. He specializes in Saturn, and I can't recall his name. I do have a picture on my phone that I meant to have ready to show you guys. Literally, his whole booth had 2 full rows, just huge, of all Saturn games. And we're talking like some of the more common stuff to some of the really high-end stuff. And yes, Jeff, if you're still here, he had Saturn Bomberman, and I really wanted it, but that game's like $500. He does do refurbished consoles of all types of Saturn, and I'm going to get with him. I already reached out. I'm going to buy a Saturn console because I definitely need one. It's the only Sega mainstream console that I don't own. So this is a game I picked up, Bug. I remember playing it on mine. I got it when it was new. I liked it. 3D platformer. And the only other game I picked up to start off down that new rabbit hole was Road Rash. I first played this on the Genesis. I really like Road Rash, and I recently bought it complete in box, mint, at a local game store for $3. What else we got over here? Now this box is a little rough on one end, but it's still a box, and it is a 4-switch Atari, and the cosmetically, it is mint, and it works, and I literally paid $15 for it. I would buy working retro consoles like that. If they had 20 of them, I would buy every single one. This one is a little better condition. This was down there as well. He had $20, and to be honest, I thought these were for the boxes only at that price. You never see retro consoles that cheap. And what it was is just, these vents, everything pre-NES doesn't really move. And I asked him what he wanted for all that stuff, and he just kind of started naming out prices, and I'm like, sure. And again, the console works. It's cosmetically great. The box isn't perfect, but it's way better than the Atari box. And again, I wouldn't pass up any retro console in the box for $15. It works. Yeah, Saturn Bomberman's worth it. I will have it someday, but I wasn't going to pay $500 at the time, especially, being off and not getting paid for weeks and weeks. Michael Doherty, if you have Saturn questions, I am the one. I have the complete North American release collection. Sweet. This guy was heavily into Saturn. I would say he's probably like I am for Intellivision, and he enjoys getting things, refurbishing them, getting all the games in big lots, and just sells games, controllers, consoles of all types. He is a Saturn guy. But yeah, I'll definitely be talking with you more. I mean, we talk a lot, but we'll have to talk about Saturn too. Yep, I had that when I had my Saturn. I had quite a big Saturn collection way back. Cyrus Super Mega Graphics 64 next month, new channel, the Sega Saturn Gamer. Nope. Someone else on the Intellivision show last night said I should start a channel with my son, and I'm like, no, there will be no more new channels. This one right here, I thought about for quite a while, and I'm finally doing nothing but Intellivision on my main channel. I have to have an outlet to show off, play, and all that for everything else retro. So I promise you, no new channels. We got this one for everything retro, and the Intellivision where I specialize, obviously on Intellivision there. The 8-player tournaments for Saturn Bomberman are as good as it gets for multiplayer. Yeah, and 8's pretty insane. The most I've done is 5 on a console. I did play Atomic Bomberman with 12 once, and that was nuts. I think it was 12. It might be 10. Am I wrong? It's either 10 or 12. I can't remember, but I did it. We maxed it out one day whenever I had a bunch of people over, and I had all the identical USB controllers, had a computer hooked into the TV. This was way back. And you're pretty much lucky to live past the first few seconds. So bombs just go everywhere. If you're one of the however many survive that first few seconds, then you just battle for the win. It was chaos. 8-player, I'm sure, is close to the same. But that's a lot of fun. Bomberman, I have a lot of good times. I had a lot of friends that weren't into games, but when I would bust this out, they would gladly sit down and play for a while. It was a lot of fun. One screen, just chaos blowing people up. Jesse says, I don't have many Saturn systems sent to me, but I've had a few over the years. Mainly recap and FRAM upgrade requests. Yeah, I don't know. I've got some systems I need to get shipped to you. I'm still looking for a big box because the package just keeps getting bigger. Excuse me. But I don't know. I think the one that I'm going to buy already has stuff done to it. This guy refurbishes them and then sells them for a pretty decent price, actually, compared to what I've seen all the stuff for anyway. All right, moving on. Where are we at here? Almost done. So this is something that I just showed. I got it for Intellivision. I love paperwork, catalogs, old ads. This one has a lot of retro stuff in it. The Intellivision's on the inside. I haven't pulled it out yet, but I did buy that for the Intellivision collection. And next up, if you guys haven't seen my other channel, I'm going to show you something super rare. This is a Tutor Vision. This was a collaboration with World Book in 89-90 range. This is one of the rarest consoles in the world. This is the third one known to exist. There's only a handful of things that are equally rare as this guy. If you know, you know. And I have been nervous for a whole week. This came yesterday. It got delayed 2 days. I've been stressed out mess waiting for shipping. I tried to pay big money and have it shipped overnight, but they wouldn't do it. It affected my sleep all day. I was stressed. So many things can go wrong. And this is a package, something so rare that it should be in a museum. I was just nervous, and I'm so happy to have it in my hands. I did a little short unboxing video. You can see the excitement and the relief when I finally got my eyes on it and realized it was an original and it was the console. And now I've already been talking to a few people. They want me to bring it to PRGE for display. I'm not sure I can do that. I'd be a nervous wreck the whole show. Someone runs off with it. But I am going to be working on a very nice video with several guests and a lot of information on the Tutor Vision. I'm going to have all the gameplay. I have all the ROMs, and I have this guy. Where'd it go? I have one of the carts. It came with it. It is Shapes in Space Math. So we're going to do a very extensive video on the Intellivision Gamer channel. I may post it here as well. It's going to be well done with lots of information. So that's pretty much, I can't see any pickup ever being bigger or better than that one. Yeah, I'm looking at that, Cyrus. You need to put that in a glass case. First, for that video, I got to do something I really don't want to do, but we need pictures. So I've been asked to provide pictures of everything taken apart and underneath the hood. I'm going to do that. No, Tutor Vision Gamer. Jeff. Uh, I'm going to take it off and get pictures all inside. We're going to do gameplay footage. We're going to go through the history. We're going to have on guests. I'm going to reach out to several people, and I already have reached out to several people that are going to come on. We're going to do a lot of recorded footage, and then I'm going to piece it all together for one really good Tutor Vision video. And I'm looking excited. I'm looking forward, and I'm excited about doing that because now that I own it, I feel obligated. I do know a lot about it already, but nothing to the level that I need to know now that I own one of the rarest consoles on Earth. Tutor Vision Gamer. That'll just be a segment, not a channel. I think that might be it. Make sure I didn't miss anything here. Nope, that's it. So all this stuff was picked up Saturday at the show, minus the Tutor Vision and, of course, the Mr. Garage sale, yard sale, whatever it's called, box. I had to make a few trips to the car and load it off in the trunk and come back to buy more. So now what I need to do is log all this. So I keep logs on everything on my phone, so I don't do like what I did here. It's the first time I've ever bought a duplicate at the same show. I'm usually pretty good at remembering what I've grabbed, at least for that day, but it won't hurt to have a second Mortal Kombat. So, all right, guys. Well, that's it. We talked about the YouTuber of the month. I showed you all my pickups from Saturday and the few other items that came. It's the first live on this channel. If you're new here, please consider subbing. If you're going to vote for YouTuber of the month, the link's in the description. Go check that out. Vote for whoever you think's the best channel. And we'll see you guys in the next one. I'll probably try to go live here doing some game testing in the next couple days. I'm just piled up. Like I usually, when I get some games in, I show it off in a mail call video and it goes over here. I just measured my game room, 420 square feet. And what you see is only a corner of it. So once I bring it in and show it off, it goes in a pile over there until I test it and make sure that it works. And then I log it in to my lists on my phone, and then I can put it on the shelf. So I'm way logged. There's a huge mass of things over there since I've been off. So pretty much the last 5 weeks, I've done nothing but play games, go shop and buy games, go to a few events, and watch some movies because I wasn't able to do much else. So I want to come on here and I figure just like this, do some chatting, show the games, play each one. I might do it, have 2 consoles kind of set up, go through all the NES, the Master System, play each one just for a couple minutes, verify it works, and talk about the game. Figured that might be a fun excuse to go live. But anyway, watch for that. Jesse says, I refer to my app on my phone to verify if I have a game. I have all the apps, but I've done that before, and then they stopped, one of them stopped working with a new version, and they didn't update it, and all that work was gone. What I do is I keep a list on notes on my iPhone. I can search, just click search. Any game will come up. It'll tell me on all the consoles I have it. I can add pictures. I can add all kinds of other information. I can have check boxes. I can pretty much do whatever I need, and I know those notes are always going to work. And I have one note for every console. Once I log it, it's in there. It's always with me. I can even open it up on the computer. For me, that works. Yes, it's not as good as some of those nice apps I do have several of them, but it's a lot of work to someday maybe not work and have to start over. So I prefer notes just because I know they're always going to be there. Casey is my YouTuber of the month every month. Cyrus, you are for me as well. I love the late nights with Cyrus. He's great. He chats a lot, plays some games. If you don't know about Super Mega Graphics 64, definitely check him out. Go Game Go is my Switch guy and good buddy. He loves retro gaming, but his channel focuses on the Switch. If you want to know about things, he makes me buy a lot of stuff. Well, I don't mean like forces me, but when he shows me cool stuff that I didn't know about, I almost always go and buy it. So definitely check him out as well. Jesse, Ivory Tower Collections. He does a lot of console modding and repair. Definitely check him out. Give him a sub as well. If you get some work done from him, you'll get a customized video, or he'll talk about everything he did and show you your console. That alone is worth the price of getting a console done. It is amazing. Trust me. Yep. Game Eye. That's one of the ones I have here. Go Game Go is my favorite bowling channel. So we do a bowling league every so often in television bowling, and we have our own version of the game. And there's quite a few of us that bowl. Jeff wasn't able to do it. We just started last Thursday, and this Thursday will be week 2, and it's on Papa Pete. So if you want to check it out, it's a fun tournament ladder style bowling league, and we all just chat, have fun. Cyrus is in there, and Jeff is not. So that's what that comment's for. Jesse says, I also manage to actually play some games sometimes. Yes, you do. I don't do that as much as I should. I spend so much time on the Intellivision show, cataloging collections, buying, and showing you guys things that I don't actually have near enough time to actually play. That is one of my goals here. I want to play at least 50% of the time. Right now, for a while, I've just been video after video of mail call. Like I said, I've kind of been off. That'll slow down now that I'm going back to work, and we'll start mixing in some gameplay. So on the television show as well, like next week's show, the Intellivision Gamer, I am doing Homebrew Highlight. It's a segment I do where I highlight a homebrew game, and I just kind of show it for a minute or two gameplay. I show you all the contents of the box and talk a little bit about it. And then another day, which doesn't happen very often, I will play the game. So next show, we're going to go through a handful of the games that I've already highlighted, and we're going to get into some serious gameplay. So depends on the game and how long it takes to get into it. Pretty good how many games we'll get through, but I've got to do it this way for the show, just so I can get through the games. I'm sure, like most gamers, we all have a huge backlog, and mine is serious. Just in television homebrews alone, I've probably played maybe 100. I would say that's pretty modest. I don't think it's quite been 100. There's 200 and something homebrews up behind me just for in television. Thoughts on why Saturn and then Sega CD games have skyrocketed in price over the last 5 years or so? Snatcher routinely gets sold for $1,500 on eBay. Is it just scarcity? I don't know. I don't know the collector market for those two consoles. I do have quite a bit of Sega CD and Master System and Genesis games, but I don't know. I don't buy those kind of games, at least not yet. Maybe if I run out of stuff to buy, I'll eventually get to those higher end games. And I know that's bad because they're just going to keep going up in value. I'm not even familiar with that game. But yeah, retro game collecting is insanely high. When I collected and had a humongous collection way back before it went up, I mean, you could buy huge lots with consoles and games for like $150, just huge. And that's how I got a lot of the stuff that I didn't have. I bought most consoles growing up, started with Intellivision, but yeah, I bought a lot of stuff on eBay once I found it in 98. I think I signed up mid-October 98, and I just went on a buying spree like crazy. Snatcher is so bad it's good. It's quite expensive apparently too. Dennis, what's going on, Metal Torso? The Intellivision Gamer does way long streams that you and his pickups are better, and he has a tutor vision. Yes, tutor vision. I'm so excited. It still feels like I'm going to wake up and it was just a dream that I don't have it. It's something that every collector wants, even non-Intellivision collectors. It's one of those rare things that only a few exist. But being an Intellivision collector, it's like I feel like I'm dreaming still. It's like it's awesome. I can't wait to do that video. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I cannot believe that I own something like that. How dare you? Snatcher isn't bad at all. It's probably in every Sega CD fan's top 3 games for the console. I'm gonna have to check it out because honestly, I might have seen it, but I can't recall what kind of game it even is. All right, let's head back here. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Again, this was YouTuber of the Month. I wanted to address that and being nominated. The links are in the description. And I wanted to go on and show you guys all the cool stuff I got at the 209 Game Swap this last Saturday. I'll go live in the next few days, hopefully, and we'll do some gameplay. We'll see you guys in the next one. And thanks for being here. I appreciate you all. We can't do my outro for Intellivision Gamer. All right, guys. See you in the next one. Thanks for being here.